Okay, this is the video lesson for geometry, section 2.3, biconditionals. So biconditional is a statement, or it's a single true statement that combines a true conditional and its true converse. So you can write one by joining the two parts of each conditional, basically the conclusion and the hypothesis, with the phrase if and only if. So the first thing you need to do to write a biconditional is find the converse of the conditional. And then if that's also true, you can just rewrite the statement as one. So it's basically combining two true conditionals, the conditional and its converse, into just one statement. So what you do is, well, let's first see, okay, we have this conditional. It says, if the sum of the measures of two angles is 180, then the two angles are supplementary. And I'm not going to write this down, but we just check that the converse is true. Oh, it actually does say what is the converse. All right, we'll write the whole thing down. But I'll press pause so you don't have to watch me write it. Okay, so the converse, remember, is going to be when we switch the P and the Q, or the hypothesis and the conclusion. So here is my hypothesis, and then here is my conclusion. Okay, remember the converse is when we just write the if-then statement and just switch those two. Okay, so we're going to do if two angles are supplementary, then the sum of the measures of the two angles is 180. Okay, so this is a true statement, and this is a true statement. They're both true, the conditional and the converse. So that means we can write this statement as a biconditional. So instead of having to write these two things, we just write one statement. So we're going to take our, it doesn't matter which one goes first. You can write the yellow one first, or the red one first, or vice versa. But you don't have to write them both, just write one. So let's just do this in order from yellow to red. Then you don't include the ifs and the thens. So you just write, the sum of the measures of two angles is 180, and then this is where you put if and only if, and actually you can abbreviate it to write just IFF, if and only if the two angles are supplementary. So this is an abbreviation for if and only if. This is your biconditional. The sum of the measures of two angles is 180, if and only if the two angles are supplementary. And another biconditional that's also true, you could just write this at the beginning. The two angles are supplementary if and only if the sum of the measures of the two angles is 180. So either one. So try this one on your own. Write the converse. Make sure they're both true, and then when they are, just write the biconditional. Okay, so press pause and do that, and then check back for the solution. Okay, so here's the converse. If two angles are congruent, then they have equal measure. This is true. This is true. The conditional is true. The converse is true. So we can write it as a biconditional. And we can write two angles have equal measure if and only if. No, they have equal measure. I did it wrong. Sorry. Yellow actually was two angles are congruent, right? Two angles are congruent. There we go. Two angles are congruent if and only if they have equal measure. You could also write two angles have equal measure if and only if they are congruent. Okay? So basically, a biconditional is true. If you just take a definition and write it as a conditional, then the conditional, the converse will be true. And then you can have a biconditional from that. So if you have a definition here of a quadrilateral, right? A quadrilateral is a polygon with four sides. If you can reverse this, right, and it's also true, then that means it's a definition, and you can write it as a true biconditional. So let's see, I won't write this, but a quadrilateral is a polygon with four sides. So if you have a polygon, if you have a quadrilateral, then it is a polygon with four sides. That's true. That's writing this as a conditional. Reverse it. If you have a polygon with four sides, then it is a quadrilateral. That's true. This is the definition of a quadrilateral. So we can write it as a biconditional. So let's think of two different things. Quadrilateral and then polygon with four sides. And let's just write if it is, sorry, we're not writing if. This is when this gets tricky, right? Biconditional does not have if then. It just has if and only if in the middle. Okay, so a polygon is quadrilateral if and only if, and here's your abbreviation if you want to just write that, it has four sides. Okay? So here is one for you to try on your own. And then that's it. So press pause, try this one on your own, and then check back for the solution. Okay, and so something sort of like this. An angle is straight if and only if it measures 180. You could have also said if an angle measures 180, or not if, right? An angle measures 180 if and only if it is a straight angle or something. Okay, that's it. Enjoy.